If you've ever wanted to become a lead auditor, but felt overwhelmed by the certifications, the jargon, or wondering where on earth to start, then this video is built for you. My name is Alex, and I have spent 15 years conducting audits across all industries, holding lead auditor certifications in ISO 9001, ISO 14001, and ISO 27001. I've seen people fail to get certified because they prepared wrong, and I've seen complete beginners become certified lead auditors in under 12 months by following the right roadmap. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to give you the full, honest, expert roadmap, certifications, skills, salary data, mistakes to avoid, and an exact 90-day action plan, so you know precisely what to do from today. This is the video I wished I had when I started. Let's get into it. Here's exactly what we're covering. First, what is a lead auditor, really, and why does this role matter? Then, the full 5-phase career roadmap for 2026. We'll break down the top certifications by demand and salary. We'll look at the technical and soft skills hiring managers want right now. I'll show you real salary numbers by certification and by country. We'll cover the new skills you absolutely need in 2026 that didn't exist 3 years ago. And we close with a concrete 90-day plan you can execute starting today. Let's start with the fundamentals, because I've seen people pursue this career for the wrong reasons. A lead auditor is not a quality manager. They're not a consultant. They're not a compliance officer, though those skills overlap. A lead auditor is the most senior professional in the audit discipline. They plan audits, they lead audit teams, they conduct on-site investigations, and they produce formal reports that carry legal and regulatory weight. Think of the lead auditor as the judge of compliance, not the lawyer arguing the case, not the client hoping for a good result, the independent, objective judge who looks at the evidence and makes a determination. This is why the role is valued so highly. Lead auditors operate across 170 countries. There are over 300,000 certified lead auditors globally, and demand continues to outpace supply. The average salary ranges from $75,000 to over $130,000 US depending on your standard, industry, and location. We'll dig into those numbers shortly. Before we talk about becoming a lead auditor, you need to understand where it sits in the professional hierarchy. At the base level, you have auditors in training, observers and assistants, still learning. Above that, auditors, executing audit tasks under supervision. Then senior auditors, conducting independent audits and mentoring juniors. And at the top, lead auditors, the ones who plan, lead, and sign off on entire audit programs. The beautiful thing? There's no rule saying you must spend 5 years at each level. With the right certifications and the right strategy, which is exactly what we're covering today, you can reach lead auditor within 18 to 24 months. Here's the 5-phase roadmap I recommend for 2026. Think of it as your GPS. You'll know exactly where you are and what comes next. Phase 1, 0 to 3 months, Foundation. This is where you learn the language of auditing. ISO standards, audit principles, terminology. You don't need to memorize standards, you need to understand the philosophy behind them. Many excellent free resources exist at this stage. Phase 2, 3 to 6 months, Certification. You enroll in and complete an accredited 5-day lead auditor training course, sit the exam, and receive your provisional certification. This is the critical investment. We'll talk about how to choose the right course in a moment. Phase 3, 6 to 12 months, Experience. This is where people stall. Don't. You must conduct real audits, internal audits, supplier audits, whatever you can access. Aim for a minimum of 10 audit days across at least 4 complete audit cycles. Phase 4, 12 to 18 months, Specialization. Now you add a second standard, develop industry niche expertise, and build your reputation and portfolio. Phase 5, 18 to 24 months, Authority. Full registered lead auditor status. Independent practice. This is where you command premium rates and become the expert others reference. Now let's talk certifications. In 2026, there are 6 standards I would focus on, depending on your industry and goals. ISO 9001, Quality Management. This is the must-have. It's the most widely recognized management system standard in the world, with over 1 million certified organizations. If you do nothing else, get your ISO 9001 Lead Auditor certification. ISO 14001, Environmental Management. High value, particularly now as ESG pressures mount on businesses globally. ISO 45001, Occupational Health and Safety. in demand in construction, manufacturing, oil and gas. And the fastest growing certification of 2026? ISO 27001, Information Security. With cyber threats dominating headlines, organizations are scrambling for competent information security auditors. Certified ISO 27001 lead auditors command the highest salaries in our profession right now. Let me go deeper on ISO 9001, because this is where most people start, and should start. The lead auditor training is typically 5 days intensive, that's 40 hours. You'll cover the standard clause by clause, learn audit techniques, practice through role plays and case studies, and sit a written examination. The pass rate sits around 70% on first attempt, not trivial, but absolutely achievable with proper preparation. Cost ranges from $800 to $2,500 depending on your provider and location. The top accreditation bodies are CQI and IRCA, the Chartered Quality Institute and the International Register of Certificated Auditors, Exemplar Global, and PECB for online formats. Certification lasts 3 years with annual continuing professional development required. Certifications get you in the door, skills keep you there, and grow your career. Let me show you the 2 categories of skills every lead auditor needs to master. On the technical side, deep ISO standards knowledge, not memorization, but genuine understanding of intent. Audit planning and scheduling, evidence collection and objective assessment, nonconformance identification and grading, risk-based thinking, because modern auditing is not tick-box compliance, it's systematic risk evaluation. And document review, which sounds boring but is a genuine skill that separates good auditors from great ones. On the soft skills side, which are equally, arguably more, important in 2026, communication and precise questioning, professional skepticism without cynicism, active listening, absolute objectivity, and time management under pressure. Now, and this is where it gets really interesting for anyone starting their journey in 2026, there are brand new skills that didn't even exist as formal audit competencies 3 years ago. AI and automation auditing, AI-generated documents, AI-assisted processes, these are now entering your audit scope. You need to understand how to evaluate AI system outputs and data integrity. Cybersecurity awareness, even for non-IT auditors. ISO 27001 integration with process audits is accelerating. ESG and sustainability auditing, environmental, social and governance reporting is under intense regulatory scrutiny, and lead auditors with this competence are in exceptional demand. And remote audit skills, virtual interviews, digital evidence collection, audit management platforms. This is the new normal. Let's talk money, because this is a professional investment and you deserve real numbers. In the United States, lead auditors specializing in ISO 27001 information security are averaging $127,000 US. ISO 9001 lead auditors start from $55,000, rising to $90,000 with experience. In the United Kingdom, the average is around £78,000. The job growth across all audit disciplines over the past 5 years is 34%. And with over 1.4 million ISO certified companies globally, every single one of which requires ongoing audit activity, the demand for qualified lead auditors is structural, not cyclical. The top hiring industries? Manufacturing and automotive, pharmaceutical and medical devices, where audit failure has life or death consequences and salaries reflect that. IT and cybersecurity, aerospace and defense, and construction. The number one question I get asked is, which standard do I start with? The honest answer is, it depends on your industry, but let me make it simple. If you're in manufacturing or automotive, start with ISO 9001 and add IATF 16949. If you're in technology or work adjacent to cybersecurity, ISO 27001 is your fastest path to premium rates. Environmental, energy, or sustainability? ISO 14001, health, safety, construction, or oil and gas? ISO 45001. But here's the universal rule. If you're genuinely not sure, start with ISO 9001. It is the gateway certification. Every other lead auditor path becomes easier after ISO 9001. On choosing your training body, the name on your certificate matters. My top recommendation for global recognition is CQI and IRCA registered courses. Exemplar Global is excellent in Asia Pacific and the Americas. PECB is superb for online formats, particularly for ISO 27001. Bureau Veritas and BSI Group are trusted options if you want training from a certification body directly. Always verify that your chosen course is accredited before you enroll. Unaccredited courses exist and they will not qualify you for professional registration. To be a great lead auditor, you need to understand the full audit lifecycle, not just the day on site. There are 8 stages: audit initiation, defining scope and criteria, document review before arriving, creating the audit plan and notifying the auditee, the opening meeting, the on-site audit itself, interviews, observations, evidence collection, compiling your findings, the closing meeting where you present non-conformances, and then follow up to verify corrective actions are implemented. Every stage requires a different skill set and a different mindset. The best lead auditors are as rigorous in their opening meeting setup as they are in their on-site interviews. Let me save you years of trial and error by sharing the 5 mistakes I see new lead auditors make most often. 1. Auditing solutions instead of systems. You're not there to tell them how to do it better. You're there to test whether their system works. 2. Accepting verbal evidence only. We always do it that way is not audit evidence. 3. Scope creep. Don't go outside your agreed scope, ever. 4. Missing the root cause. Raising symptoms instead of root causes means the problem returns. 5. Losing objectivity. Becoming too sympathetic to the auditee undermines your independence. Professional distance is not coldness, it's ethics. Once you have your certification, building a legitimate experience portfolio is what separates those who stay provisional from those who achieve full registration. Internal audits count, supplier audits count, witness audits, where you observe a certified lead auditor, count and are invaluable early in your career. Even pro bono audits of small businesses are legitimate experience. For IRCA full registration, you'll typically need 5 years of relevant work experience, 2 years in a QMS-related role, a minimum of 10 audit days, and at least 4 complete audit cycles documented in your experience log. In 2026, digital literacy is not optional. The tools you need to know fall into 4 categories. Audit management platforms, iAuditor by Safety Culture is the most widely used. Document management systems, SharePoint, M-Files, Confluence. Data analysis tools, Power BI is becoming standard for evidence analysis. And communication platforms for remote audits, Zoom, Teams, Loom for async evidence review. To make this real, let me walk you through a typical audit day. You start at 7:30 with pre-audit document review. 8:30, opening meeting, introductions, scope confirmation, logistics. 9 o'clock, process auditing begins, interviews, observations, evidence collection. Lunch break doubles as an internal team debrief to discuss what you found. Afternoon auditing. By 3:30, you're compiling findings. 4:30, closing meeting, presenting your non-conformances formally. And by 5:30 or 6, you're writing the audit report. It is a full, demanding, intellectually rigorous day, and it's incredibly rewarding when done well. Here's your 90-day plan. No fluff, just execution. Month 1. Learn and prepare. Download ISO 9001 to 2015 from the ISO website. There's a preview version available for free. Complete introductory audit courses on Coursera or LinkedIn Learning. Join 2 professional audit communities online. The CQI, IRCA LinkedIn groups are excellent. And book your accredited lead auditor course. Month 2. Train and certify. Complete your 5-day course. Pass the exam. Update your LinkedIn and CV the day you receive your certificate. Month 3. Apply and audit. Conduct your first internal audit. Document everything in a formal experience log from day 1. Identify a supplier audit opportunity. Find a mentor who is a certified lead auditor. This is the highest leverage move you can make. Before I give you your final call to action, let me bust 5 myths that might be holding you back. Myth: you need an engineering degree. False: lead auditors come from every background. Myth: you need years of industry experience first. Partially true, but your existing work experience almost certainly counts. Myth: online certifications aren't respected. False: accredited online courses are identical in professional weight to classroom versions. Myth: one certification is enough forever. False, standards are revised and continuous learning is mandatory. And finally, lead auditors only work for certification bodies. Completely false. Internal lead auditors and consultants often earn significantly more. You now have the full roadmap, the certifications, the skills, the salary data, the 90-day plan. What you do with it is entirely up to you. Right now, I want you to do 4 things. 1. Download the ISO 9001 to 2015 standard and read clauses 1 to 3 today. It takes under an hour. 2. Research IRCA accredited courses in your region or online. 3. Subscribe and turn on notifications. I publish deep dive ISO and audit content every week. And 4. Comment below. Tell me which standard you're starting with. I read every single comment. I'll see you in the next video. And I'll see you at the top of the audit profession. Stop watching. Start letting. Trophy Your 2026 roadmap starts here. Join the March Elite Batch Globe www.sterlingnext.com. Like and subscribe for weekly lead auditor content. Share with a colleague starting their audit journey.